I would love to be here with you all day, but I got some meetings at 4 o'clock, so we had to get to this.
And we do. I'm loving the attire you have on today for today's conversation. Well, it's really giving. You still on spring break?
Well, yeah, I am. So my back went out again, and I was supposed to be. What were we supposed to do? Get some vanities for Albany. My back just wouldn't give. So I got another contractor to do it. And I'm able to take the day off. Okay. And then it's nice out, so
yeah,
I decided to dress the part.
Okay.
Dress the part, but no. Yo, it's goofy, bro. Yeah, so it's always fun to do these conversations. Nightmares on the Ave for real estate conversation.
Yep, and we always like to start off by letting the people know what the interest rates are.
For what, 30-year?
For a 30-year, and right now they look to be at 6.97%. So the interest rates today, 6.97%.
You want to get those rates with a higher credit score.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
But.
Got to work out in. Got time to get to some properties. What do we do? Want to see the multi-unit building?
Yeah. And that's it has a lot of framing, like structural issues. Nothing that we can't fix, but it's like, oh my gosh, whoever had this before us, come on now.
You got to be on top of people.
Got to.
Got to be on top of people. I did propose a question to you, though. When is it the right time to drop your price when you list a property?
I'm going to say, again, I'm not a realtor yet.
Right.
But I would say within a couple of days.
Couple of days?
Yeah, because
So in a couple of days, you think everyone who's interested, everyone have a 9-to-5 job. Maybe they can't get off, during the week. So say if they see we list the property on a Tuesday.
Okay.
So you're saying by Saturday, drop them off?
Okay, no, let me rephrase what I said. No, so if you list the property on a Tuesday.
Right.
At least give it to, that weekend so that people that are working. So
don't get trigger happy.
Don't get trigger happy. But at least by Monday,
I'm gonna try to auction out.
Yeah, that joint
that motherfucker sit on there a week. You like, so what we about to do? I'm so like, let's just wait.
Because it's sitting too long for me. So, but yeah, so I would say, again, that's why I said a couple of days. So a couple can be 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 days for me.
What it is, we used to pay attention when we first started to the days on market. During COVID, we weren't paying attention to that because we know it was like, it was hot and ready. As soon as that thing get out the window, it was gone. Being sold. But that is one of the things. You know what I thought about?
What?
I thought about a title for this episode.
Oh my God, what?
Laugh at my pain.
Oh, I like that.
Because I feel like this entire story, it wasn't just one thing that went wrong. It was so much small things that on the grand scheme of things, it wasn't small. It was just, it worked out how it worked out, towards it. And it sat on the market. That's why I proposed the question. How long did that house sit on the market?
When did we put it on the market?
I feel like we put it on the market. When did we? It was September. We put it on the market September. And I think we went on a contract in December.
Yeah, we did.
One price reduction. I think it was one price reduction. Or was it 2? Because how did we get down to 215?
That's what I'm saying. We got down there.
And we was...
we got down there. we got down there. I feel like the execution on this one was good. It wasn't our best, but it was good. You know what I would say? That roof. That roof, we should have, even though it was the last thing we did, putting a new roof on it, we should have did that off the rip because it just gives a curve appeal. And honestly, that was the first thing I saw looking at when we got the photos back. That's what I saw.
So as a project, I would say as the project manager, when you look at the finished product, when I show you a house and you see the finished product, you don't see that. Okay, all of the baseboard, to replace all the baseboard, that costs. So you may have some baseboards that look a little beat up that you can probably scrape and try to bring back, and you're matching it with the brand new one. it sticks out. It does.
It does.
And
I
every
can't
house we said
stand
we're
it.
going to rip baseboards
Every
out.
time.
Every house we say it, but then you get in there and then things start happening with your budget. So you start saying, I got to keep that baseboard. I don't want to pull all the baseboard out because they done did the drywall already.
Exactly.
Now, some goofy person get in there and pull the baseboard off and the drywall come with it, they looking stupid. And they want to repair it without saying anything.
That's true.
Not everybody, but some people. So the finished product, it wasn't our best. The house was a cheap home, but we did repair everything. Everything that needed to be addressed to the best of our ability, we addressed it. The roof wasn't leaking, but it was old.
Yeah.
And I did more damage than good repairing spots of the roof where we took the chimney out.
Yeah.
That hurt.
Before we even get to that part, we have to talk about how we got the deal. Right. Not really more so how we got the deal, but what we purchased it for. Because
I think we offered the guy $125,000.
Yep, $125,000, and he wanted $150. Was it $155 or $150?
He wanted $150. He wanted $150, and this guy owned probably over 40 properties.
Yep.
Downtown, nice area. So we were thinking, obviously, 125 was our number, but we pivoted and went a route trying to build a relationship, and we overpaid for the property by $20,000.
Yeah. So we ended up purchasing at $145.
$145. Yeah, we purchased at $145 with a $30,000 renovation budget. That $30,000 turned into $35,000
real quick
when we walked the
real
property.
quick. In this house, when we walked in, the ceiling was on the floor.
Yeah, because the hot water tank had busted. Which that we were going to take that out all right, so we purchased the property, $30,000 over, so that was that. We get into the property, and yes, we did look at the property. We looked at everything to the property, but obviously you're not pulling off siding to someone's house when you're looking at the property, trying to purchase it. So we knew it was water damage back there. So what we did was we kept that in mind. So I think we were like, okay, we got to replace, some of the boards out there, Well, that water damage, our engineer told us that the whole wall was deteriorated. Our floor joists and everything that was sitting on the band. It was sitting on the board, the band board, sitting on the band board. All that was rotted out. So the engineer said, if you don't repair this ASAP, then his house may not collapse, but you'll have a lot more damage. Obviously, it's an exterior wall. So which means permits are involved because it's an exterior wall. We had no intentions on doing anything in this house that required permits.
Exactly.
Up until that point. But like I said, the engineer told us, hurry up and try to get it done as fast as possible. He didn't tell us to do it without permits. That's what I heard.
That's what you heard. That's what we did.
So, got in there. The guys framed it up, put the siding back on one day.
Yeah, they were quick.
It took one day. So you know what your boy did. Not pull permits. We got that done. And I guess weeks went by. We were getting through the renovation. And I think we had gotten to the HVAC. So our HVAC guy was going in the property. He called me and said, hey, you have a stop work order on your door. So he read it and it said for the wall, exterior changes, that wasn't yada yada. So, we were kind of bummed about it a little bit, but I was thinking we had so much going on. I was like, all right, maybe now I can just breathe.
Exactly,
so I can take care of that.
Exactly.
So we took care of it. And, I just had the engineer fill out the report and we submitted the plans with the engineer that already signed off on it because we did use an engineer and had this report anyway. We just never filed it with the city. We did all that. I think we paid a little $200 fine. And that being said, I feel like if we wouldn't have been in violation, it would have taken us longer to get the permit anyway. Because that permit came back in 10 days. I've never seen a permit.
Never. And maybe it's because you had that stop work order, maybe. I don't know. So, I mean, that's the only thing I can think of.
That shit moved me up to the front of the line.
It's never been that quick.
It moved me up to the front of the line. So
Question for you.
right.
For those newbie real estate investors, or what we call it, fix and flippers, what would you recommend them to always pull permits no matter what?
Yeah, no matter what. Just to cover yourself. Because you never know. You can frame it up to the best of your ability. You can put the right LVLs for the correct size. If anything happens, you're liable for it.
Yeah.
You know, you're liable for it. If anything happens, if even during the renovation, if a painter gets hurt on the job, if ceiling collapse and hurt the painter, that's on your job site.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? And then if somebody buy it, obviously the integrity of your craftsmanship, of your work, you want it to be right. But now you're talking about something that's can be fatal. This is why they're requiring you. Now, a lot of people say that it is a money grab because some of the stuff that they do, that they require you to get permits in. Because I still feel like investors should still be able to pull permits, especially if you're going to come look at the work anyway. You're not going to sign off. Why do I have to have a Class A license to pull permits?
Or why do I have to own this property for a year?
For a year, just to pull permits. Because what changes from a year and a day
exactly
that I own the property? You know, so something like that, yeah. But to actually pull the permit, yeah, because it's safety.
Yeah.
Safety. So I would say yes. Always.
Yeah, I would say yes too.
Or, and
just
if you
for
don't
security.
Know, right. And I would say this too. If someone that's doing the work asks you to pull the permit, don't hire them. Don't hire them. If they ask you as an owner to pull the permit, don't hire them.
Yeah.
Always
that's like
want
a red
them to
flag.
pull. Yeah, always. And it's not always. Sometimes they say it's easy. It's not.
Yeah.
It's the same weight. For us. For my experience, it's the same weight. Same weight. But yes, pull permits. Always pull permits. If you don't know, you can always call down there and they can tell you. If you may think that moving a certain wall is not low burn, do I need a permit? They'll tell you no.
Yeah.
If you need to, or yes, if you know. And if you have to ask, you probably need to.
Yeah.
If you gotta ask, you probably need to pull that permit. Yeah, you might as well, because you don't know what the hell you're doing. So if you gotta ask, pull that permit.
That's true.
What was that in the story? So permit came back.
Yep.
Permit came back. All right. I remember it was the 4th of July weekend. So, you know, we had a cookout that 4th of July and everything. And I knew the permits because the permits got approved Friday. So I knew Tuesday everybody be coming back to work because it was over the 4th of July weekend and
That's
everything.
true.
Everybody partying and whatnot. So I decided just to drive by that Monday. I go to the property, you know, I because we were still doing work in the property. Go to the house. Can't remember why I was there, but I did. And I noticed that the HVAC unit had been ripped off the rear of the house. Oh my God.
That was crazy.
Oh my God. Yeah. You know, it set up like I missed a step. Before the HVAC got So we had to reframe the wall. That was $4,000.
Yeah.
To do all that, put the siding back up. We were going to paint the house anyway, but I paid like $4,000, so that's $4,000 off the $30,000 that we didn't, account for.
Yeah.
Then the HVAC get ripped off the back of the house. That's another. I think it was $19,000 for the unit. Probably like $3,500, $4,000 for that too. That we had to pay. So that's another $8,000 just off
Not
the rip.
even accounted for.
Not that you don't account for.
Yeah.
Because you don't put in your budget that.
Somebody gonna steal it.
So
it's crazy.
Our and I love our one of our lenders. Nice guy. He was sitting on the porch, right? Because he's an older guy. So I'm standing out there telling him about everything that's going on in the property. I'm like, yeah, someone stole the HVAC, off the back. He was like, oh man, I hope you budgeted for it. Man, I almost choked, bro.
And I know he was just giggling.
Bro, I almost choked, bro. Yeah, I budgeted for somebody coming and rip this shit off. I called Anthony, which is our HVAC guy. So he was like, yeah, fam, you know that area, crazy or whatnot.
Yeah.
And we noticed it. So, man, I was sick. So, call the insurance company. I think that's when
I called the insurance company. So once you told me, I'm like, okay, let me see what I can do. Call them. And they basically told me that it's not covered under our policy. And I'm like, well, what am I paying insurance for?
Right.
That's just something that's not covered.
So was it the insurance that we had? The type of insurance that we had? I
guess it's the insurance that we had. It did not
Will it cover it now? Because I remember we said we were going to switch to the one that Was
I
it
think
that
so.
policy that we?
Yeah, I think that's the policy we had.
So pay attention to
But
y'all
yeah.
policies, y'all insurance policies. Make sure that it does cover theft.
Theft. I thought we had theft and vandalism. I think it was something like
It's
that.
vandalism, so
Yeah.
it ain't theft.
Ain't it? I'm
Because
like-
they said, because remember I met the guy out there.
Yeah, oh,
I met
yeah,
the
you
insurance
did meet him
adjuster
out
out
there,
there,
yeah.
and he said, "Yeah, this is crazy." So he's taking pictures like we
Yeah.
game. I'm like, bet. Yeah, so they're gonna
I'm
fix it or
thinking we
whatnot.
back up,
I'm
like,
thinking
we
we good. Then they hit us with that, said that, and what they explained to us is, if they would have damaged the HVAC and left it there, they would pay for it. The fact that they took it with them. But I'm like, they damaged everything still around the house. All my copper lines, the electrical that was attached to it still had, got pulled off. And I was like, come on, bro. But it is what it is. So we move past it. So get through that. We get on with the renovation. I get to this house because I was in there. Now I'm having to compensate for the budget. So I start putting down the LVP floors myself. Because I'm gonna work. I'm gonna get it done. I'm a team player. Got up. So I'm and the way you pull into the driveway is off the main road. The front of the house is off the side of the road, but you can't. It's no driveway on the front. It's on the side. So I'm walking around, and I noticed that it's a grill, a car grill, on the side of the house. Mind you, the front of the house has this ditch that's like 4 feet deep. It's a huge ditch, so you can't drive a car over it. You have to go
around
on the side.
On the side of it.
So I'm thinking like maybe one of the subs took the grill off to fit something in there. I didn't think none of it. So I walked to the front of the house. I see a windshield on the, because I'm still making my way to the front of the door. Now I see a windshield in the yard, and I'm like, okay, motherfucker just strip his car.
Yeah, like what?
So I looked at the front porch, skid marks. It was an accident that happened. I don't know how they got over that 4-foot ditch.
Cause didn't it knock the mailbox over?
It knocked the mailbox over, and it hit our front porch.
Yeah.
I don't know how it was an
had
accident.
to be a drunk driver or like something. It was something.
Man,
that was crazy.
And that house sat on. So the house sat on the end of the street. So everyone throw food out of there when they're getting onto the main road. Condoms. I found everything.
You got
in
that
them
convenience
ditches.
store right there. It was a up and coming area.
Up and coming.
Gosh, but yeah.
So found out it was an accident right there because someone came and left a note on the door. Boom, boom. They coming back for their stuff. So then we get through all of that. That happened. Now we get to the good part. I'm through with the renovation.
Yeah, the renovation done at this point.
So I'm getting all the landscaping done, and I'm on the side of the house, and I'm seeing shell casings. So I'm looking, and I'm following the shell casings to the street. Now I'm seeing like bullets, just unused bullets in the street. I didn't think none of it. I don't even think I was so done with this. I don't even think I even picked them up. I
don't think you did.
So this was 2 days before we were listing the property. One of our mentees had said, he had called me, yo, you still have that house off of Hopkins Road? I'm like, yeah, I still got it. He said, somebody just got shot in the face?
And I'm like, out of all places.
2 days before we put this thing on the market, bro, somebody gets shot at the corner store that's our distance from our property. So we already knew that was a hindrance. That was an eyesore anyway. 2 days before we list this thing on the market, someone gets shot in the face that everybody knows, apparently. And it was a big, bigger deal right there because I remember the street was blocked off. The street was blocked off when I tried to get, I didn't think anything of it. Somebody got shot 2 days before, so I know that alerted a lot of people.
Yeah.
So then we get past that. So, finally get to the market. I think we were overzealous with the list price because I feel like the towel that somebody had picked off of the bathroom.
Okay, first of all, that towel did not look like that when I took it out. It didn't look like
in the store. It looked like that.
But that wasn't just it.
Gee, that towel, it wasn't mine. It won't mind.
Well, anyway, but I mean, it went with the house. It was just the house is giving me.
No, the house went with it. The house was good up until that tile went up in there.
I could have sworn that wasn't the right tile I picked out. I swear.
It was the right tile. It just looked different in the warehouse.
I think that's what it was. 'Cause it was. I thought it was cute, but when you put it up, I was like, that ain't it.
No,
but I didn't want to say take it down because we was already up. So
no. What you trying to say was, did he have to lay the tile like that? I'm like, it ain't the way he laid it.
That's why I said.
It ain't the way he laid it. How long did that house sit on the market?
I have no idea. I know it was for a couple of months.
And then we had to drop the.
And then we dropped the price.
And
tremendous. It was a big drop.
We put a new roof on it. Dropped the price after we put the roof on it because we were already under contract. The roof came up under on the inspection report. We knew we needed to fix it. We wanted to get the house and the crazy thing is, this is one of them properties that we wasn't in for, I think, all in 4 months.
Yeah.
So it was a quick turnaround. It was just, and when I say 4 months, I mean purchased, renovated, and closed.
Yes, that's true.
No, it was about 7 months.
I'm pulling it
was
up
about
now.
6-7 months because the 4 months was prior to it going on the market, and I think I was right there at that 90 days to accept an FHA loan.
I'm going to Zillow. Because Zillow, they'll tell you some good stuff. They're going to at least give us the information we need for right now. So we purchased the property June 9, 2023 for $145. We put it on the market on October 17th, 2023 for $237.
Okay.
October 24th. Now, you remember when I said a couple of days? Mm-hmm. October 24th, we had a price change to $236.95.
7 days.
Mm-hmm. So after that open house is probably more than likely when we drop that price. Then November 9th, we had another price change. And we dropped it to $229.95. And then on November 29th is when we had another price change. That's when it dropped the tremendous to $214.95. And we sold it February 7th, 2024 for $215.
Okay.
So
yeah,
that's quite some time.
Everything is numbers in real estate. If you can understand the numbers, you can understand you go through the deal because, we tell people you make your money on the beginning of the deal. A lot of people tell you as an investor, you get paid on the end.
Exactly.
You make your money at the beginning. Whatever you purchase that house for, that's the purchase price is the only number throughout your whole renovation, throughout everything that stays the same.
Yeah, that's true.
Your purchase price.
That is true.
Everything else changes. Your renovation budget will change.
Definitely.
Either good or bad. It will change. Yeah. No, that I mean, it took a lot. It took a lot as far as only walking. I think we broke even in that.
Yeah.
I know we didn't make any money in that, but we purchased the property not really to make money. We purchased the property because we thought that the opportunity with everything else that he had. And it wasn't that guy. He was stern and stubborn on his numbers, and he kept showing up to the property.
Nice guy, but
And that's the same guy that we loaded up that wash and dry and it fell off. Yeah, that's why.
That was crazy. Yeah, that's why.
Yeah. I don't know what's new with you with this licensing. You
Yes, so I've been studying. I take my test on my birthday, which is on the 17th. So fingers crossed I pass this go around.
Right.
But again, I'm not gonna beat myself up, but I need to pass it. So that's kind of what's new on my end.
Yeah. Why are you so forced? Because at first I think we were talking about you getting your license, and then I think you kind of stringed away from it, but we'll get you back into it.
So originally I was working on getting a license. I was like, okay, I feel like I was doing it more so for you, if anything. I wasn't really doing it for myself because I still was on that borderline, on that edge. Like, do I want to get this license? Do I really want to be a realtor? I really didn't know. I'm going to say I really didn't know too much about it. I just kind of was playing a part, if that makes sense. But then I'm obviously in the field. So I'm working hands-on, boots, and, I'm working. So it makes sense. And then we see then on top of that, we see these regulations that are changing. So it's like, okay, it might make sense for me to get my license now and stop playing and procrastinating because things are changing, and I can be another asset to our company.
Yeah. It's about being an asset always. shit, always bettering yourself. Because I think I'll probably go for this contractor's license. I don't want to do it. I don't want to be a contractor.
And that's the same way I felt about a realtor. I'm like, I don't want to be a realtor.
So the reason why I was thinking that you can get the license is because why not just list our properties?
But I wasn't thinking about that. I'm like, okay, I can, let somebody basically do their job and selling it. But when I think about it, I'm
we still want the relationship, so we still put out properties for people.
Yeah, definitely.
To list. So what we got going on? I know we got Albany. Albany is finally.
My God, my favorite. This is my favorite one yet.
Albany.
Yes. Now Edenbrook is number 2.
I feel like the execution with Edenbrook could have been a lot better. I feel like Albany, now that we have the team now, of people that cares about craftsmanship, people that the finished product, you want it to be like, you want your penmanship on it. That's just like you want it right. So I think, and then with us designing it, I think Albany is going to be a good one.
It is. Oh my gosh, I just can't wait.
Yeah, I think Albany is going to be a good one.
And then it's going to hit the market. Springtime. It's going to be beautiful.
Yeah. So we got another call back on a property. Speaking of that Edenbrook property. Yeah. Dang.
Yeah. So we had some issues at Edenbrook with their leak. They were getting water in their basement area. Yeah. Which was their
foundation.
Primary bedroom.
Mm-hmm. Primary bedrooms coming through their foundation because it's a split level, so it drops down. And through the entire renovation, we didn't have any leaks.
Nothing.
Any leaks with this property.
That's why I just knew it had to be something else. It couldn't have been nothing we did. But
it's a nightmare because we got a call back after we closed and they showed us the pictures.
And we like, what?
Yeah. So we talk about that. Yeah.
Oh, but yeah.
It turned out to be, But we're still dealing with it now, but we'll talk about that.
Talk about it.
We'll talk about that.
Just know we staying behind our.
For sure. Mm-hmm. For sure. When you doing real estate, right? You look at, and I keep saying this because you look at the shows and they tell you, oh, you can put this amount of money and then get, you get this and then everything is glamorous. You put it on the market. We made $300,000.
Yeah. And I used to, when I watch those shows, because I enjoy watching them, but I always would wonder, like, when y'all taking the loss? Because I know everything ain't green.
Everything ain't green.
Everything ain't green.
Now, I would say this. Everything has been green with us. We haven't lost on a deal.
No, for sure.
Obviously, every deal is not going to be a home run hitter. Every deal, because we've had deals where it paid you $100,000, paid you $1,000.
Oh, yeah.
That chapel deal, bro. It felt like a stacked door. Yeah. Doing, what was it? When we close on chapel?
February 7th.
Damn, you ain't get shit for that Valentine's Day, did it?
No, come to think about it, you got some making up to do. On my birthday coming up, so that can, erase.
We got some stuff coming up. Mm-hmm. We just purchased a lot downtown Broad Street.
Yes, a narrow lot. I can't wait to see that go up. Because when we went out to see it, I was just like, ain't no way they fit nothing on here. There's no way.
Well, we're still trying to figure out the best use for it. Yeah. We don't know if the use is, single family or either a single family or a mixed use building, do something downstairs and, 2 split units upstairs or something, whichever bring the best value.
Yes.
Whichever bring the best value. What time is? You got the time on that computer now?
Oh yeah, it's 4:26.
I gotta roll.
Okay.
I gotta meet some people. This has been fun.
This conversation has been great.
Oh yeah.
Peace out.
Did you like and subscribe?